in there with that kid. We'll all do it all at the same time.
I think we'll be all right.
Yeah. As long as you don't try to take our TV show. Oh, that's hard, bro. I got the wrong stopwatch. I got the one that don't work, but that's okay. We don't work.
Yeah,
that's the name. Oh, the stopwatch goes right along with the TV show. Dad, you don't work. Neither does your stopwatch. Oh, what's going on, bro? Okay, I'm bored.
You been beefing up or something? Are you
That's very George South right there. Instead of beefing up, I think it just got hung. Okay? I think it's just old age. Okay.
Okay. Immobility.
Yeah. Oh, this is the big week. Sunday.
Yep. This is maybe the last time that you're talking to wrestler
That's
Jake
exactly
Manning.
right.
This is
I
it.
hope not. Oh, a lot of little kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle. Here are the claps. You know what time it is, George. How was your weekend?
Bullet, thank you so much, Bullet. I'm going to really get close to you.
Miss me?
Yes, I'm going to really miss you because, like you said, I know a lot of the fans already know because we've been talking about it a lot. This weekend is high noon, okay? Mm-hmm. It could be a good time or it could rain or it could shine. And we are not sure yet. So I do know not to put no pressure on you. And of course, we're referring to the big PWX show this coming weekend right here in your hometown.
I'd say so.
If there's not any more pressure, Bullet, that you, of course, you and John Schuyler. And this is it, folks. This is for everything. If Bullet Jake Manning loses, which we don't want to talk about that much, that could be it. And I know there's going to be a lot of rinky-dink shows that George South does where kids are depending on you are going to be brokenhearted. But we're not going to think that way. Bullet, of course, that's coming up this weekend. First of all, I want to thank everybody for this past weekend. Of course, I got to hang with Shane Douglas, of course, in oh boy, it was pretty cool. Just talking to him about Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies, I wish we would have had a video camera because that was like pretty cool. I mean, just for him to look at me like, you're really interested in that movie was even more than me being interested. Was better than me being interested in that movie.
I just ordered my copy of it online. So that will be probably featured on my next podcast.
Oh boy, I have to, I don't know. I don't want to say I want to watch it with you. I may spoil it, but I just got to hear that podcast is what I'm saying. Now, but a question for me, being a fan of your other podcast, will you and Zane Riley watch it together, or do you watch it and then, or is that the podcast?
We watch it separately and then we come together and we talk about it.
I like
we
that.
also drag somebody else who is not a non-wrestling fan into watching this.
Please, we will name the title of this show that week. That's going to be a special time. You just got to see it because what's so interesting, what you just said is that, not to give it away, but remember I told you one of the little Easter egg, the extras on that particular great movie is the wrestlers sitting around talking about the movie, just like what y'all are going to do. So anyway, I cannot wait. Both very excited if you're going to do that. I just think I personally have never seen anything like it in my life. So anyway, so much going on. Maybe I will call into your podcast and give an opinion. Okay.
Okay.
If y'all don't get enough, then maybe no. But let me ask you real quick. How did the review of the not the Bash at the Beach, what do they call it? Y'all just did on your podcast.
Beach Blast.
Beach Blast. Y'all have done that, correct?
Yeah, we did that one. That dropped, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Because this week the new episode's coming out. So yeah, 2 weeks ago. Real happy about that episode. I haven't heard too much response from my fans, so I don't know if people are even watching it or listening to it or what. I may be putting something out in the world that nobody's paying attention to, and we're wasting valuable airtime on this show talking about something that nobody pays attention to. But from going through it, it was one of my favorite ones. For sure.
Very good. So got that out of the way. Very excited about that. That your copy's on the way. We'll be very interested here to see y'all's review on that. So anyway, a lot going on this week, Bullet. Of course, for myself, of course, a lot of stuff going on. I was able to order some more books. We got a lot of stuff coming up, Bullet, with the Fan Fest and the conventions and WrestleCade, and I wanted to tell you also. I don't know if you saw it yet, but I have spoken to our good friend Brad Thomas. I know you
Oh,
remember
okay.
him.
Yeah, of course I remember.
Of course, everybody loves him, and of course he got called into the ministry, and he's got a small church in West Virginia now. So
Oh, wow.
it's just amazing. I have not heard from him in forever. So we've retouched with each other, and he's just doing so great. Still looks great. So we're actually going to go up there in August at his little church and do a little wrestling show.
Oh, please
So,
tell me when that is.
I sure will.
I would love to go there. I will gladly lose to that preacher.
Oh.
At least I know that this preacher knows how to wrestle.
Oh, amen.
Not just wrestle, but
Bro,
wrestle very good.
Oh yeah, this
by the
preacher
way.
can like throw a drop kick and an arm drag and everything.
Still,
So,
one of my favorite matches I've ever wrestled was me and him versus each other at your Ivan Koloff charity show.
yes.
I'll never forget that. We had no idea what we were gonna do. We're like, and he's like, "How about we just call it out there?" Like, "Yeah, sure. What do you want the finish to be?" He goes, "Flying cross body." Got it. And that's and we talk. It's like those old stories of just like guys just talk about it for 30 seconds
Yeah.
and then just do it.
Yeah.
And we just did it. And afterwards, like, wow, that was far better than any
wow.
match I've ever discussed. And I probably since then. So
Oh, I love
like,
that.
it was real good. You know, like just that he was that good, and we could just do that. You know.
I will sure. Thank you, Bullet, for sharing that. He just recently did a little poster, and matter of fact, he even got in touch with Bobby Eaton of the Midnight Express, and who he's always loved. And Bobby's actually him and Brian. They're going to come by too. So it's just going to be one of those, that you do a lot of them with me. Just a huge free thing they're giving back to the community, and of course it's going to be right there at Brad's church. And he didn't have. It's kind of neat. He didn't have boots. He'd got rid of everything, but he's ordered a new pair of boots, and he may be making a comeback. I don't know. So, but I'll keep you updated.
Please let me
for
know
sure,
the date on that.
on that. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Of course, this weekend, nothing else is going on except the big PWX show. Of course, I'll be in Kings Mountain Saturday with my guys down there at the Armory. But also, everything's geared towards this Sunday. Now that is not an afternoon show, but it's a little earlier, right? Or not? Sunday at PWX.
At 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Yes.
4 o'clock.
Yes. Very good. Of course, that's it. I can't say it, not Escapades. Is that it?
Escapade.
Yeah. Yes. Very good. Right here in Charlotte. So a lot of stuff going on, Bullet. So before we hit the idiot of the week, I know you just made a trip to
It was
Atlanta.
just in Atlanta. I did just an open mic down there with my friend Nick Alexander. He was He was on the best of Atlanta comedians at the Laughing Skull all weekend. So I got to hang out with him and get into some shows. Got into the 1 a.m. Secret Show, and they had I forget his name, but I know it's Clayton. I'm forgetting his other name, but he just won Last Comic Standing.
Oh, wow.
And like he's incredible. Clayton from Last Comic Standing this past season. Look him up, please. He's fantastic. Find out and just get to see him do his thing and meet him and just how nice he is. And then of course on Sunday I did Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment, made my debut there, and then I did comedy at the Wrestle. So big weekend for me. Maybe one of the last times I get to wrestle.
Yes, so you had to get it in.
Had to get it in, but lots of comedy coming up. Also, too, got big announcement to make about my comedy, and especially in here. That's going to come out in the next couple of days. Make sure you follow me on social media about that.
Yes.
I probably can announce it right here, right now, but I kind of want to wait a couple of days and build a little bit of suspense to it.
Oh yeah. Because we just here we like stealing stuff from your other podcast anyway.
Yeah.
But in a quick note, Bulletin, you may can add a little bit something to this, and I'm very very excited because I'm a big Dutch Mantel fan. But now, and I'm asking as a fan. But now, is he doing? Because I saw where he's got some dates at comedy places too.
He maybe just doing storytelling. He's a good storyteller. I know a lot of guys do that, and Mick Foley does that. So he's probably getting out there trying to do the same thing.
Wow. Because he hadn't been on Facebook in a while, but he got back on, and he said, and he actually put up the little ad or whatever to this like Nashville Comedy Zone or something where he's going to be appearing. So
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So,
actually, I think I know one of the guys that's opening up for him.
Oh wow.
So I think it's Chris Killen. I think that's how I found out about it. So.
But my question, Bullet, and I know a lot of fans saw it this week, and I had never heard of the guy. I know I'm getting into the comedy world, but this, and now his gimmick is, as this comedian is, he's a Middle Eastern, but he's like the first comedian from the Middle East. And so, and the only reason I ask is, this week, you talking about getting some publicity. He was on front page. He's appearing at the Comedy Zone is what I'm getting at. But
my friend Raj opened up for him. It's like Vin whatever. He's Indian. I have a friend of mine who is from India, and he came over and he's now doing comedy himself, but he got to open up.
Oh
for
wow!
him. So yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I know he was on the front page of not just the Charlotte Observer, but the Creative Loafing that tells about what's going to go on. He was on the front cover of that, plus You Open Up, and he had 4 pages on his story, and a lot of stuff was real funny in there, and it's just kind of neat to see a comedian get that much coverage. I mean, it was just really unbelievable. But I never, you know me, if you ain't did the police academy, it's going to take you a while to get over with me.
Well,
okay?
Well, and also, like, I'm glad you brought this up more about comedians. This sparked in my head, and I'd feel remiss if I didn't bring this up. But I met another comedian in Atlanta. She was a female comic, and I saw her at the open mic on Saturday, and then I saw her at the 1 a.m. show on Saturday. And her name is, this is her real name. It says on her legal birth certificate, it's Dusty Rhodes. And she looks completely different than the American Dream. Looks far better than Dream ever would. And she wore a polka dot dress. But the thing is, I don't think anybody's really smart enough to the fact of who Dusty Rhodes is. I want to say that by now she's probably been told a couple of times over. But yes, she wears polka dot dresses. When she does comedy. So,
but the big question is, has she received a cease and desist order yet?
Yeah, so that's the thing. But it's a real name, so they can't do that.
They don't stand a chance.
No, they don't stand a chance.
They may have a chance against Cody Rhodes, but this lady is...
And it's funny, it's like she's less than thrilled about the name, but you don't understand, like, that's the coolest name ever.
She's over with me.
Yeah.
She just elevated herself above Police Academy. Okay. Just with that name. That's what I'm saying.
There is a female Houston, and she's from Houston, so she has to know. Like,
if she's got a pair of Tenny Llamas, I'm gonna marry her. That's all I'm saying. Now let me ask you this real quick, not to be goofy, but does she know the Dusty Rhodes that we know?
See, I didn't have too much of an opportunity to ask her about that. She does mention that most men like her name, but she didn't say anything about professional wrestling whatsoever. I was very brief interaction. It was more, hello, how are you? Oh, I really enjoyed your set. And I didn't have too much time to breach that conversation because I knew it would either spawn a very negative reaction or I would have to do a lot of explaining. So,
all I know, she may be the unfunniest comedian in the world, but she'll be over with me. I mean,
she is funny, so you're allowed to like.
So, is she available? That's my next question. But anyway, a lot of stuff going on, Bullet. Thank you so much. Of course, this coming Sunday, everybody, please come out and support because Bullet Jake Manning, because it ain't just that match. It's a life. It is a career. It is a lot of stuff that you give to the community. My community for one, okay, and of course, just gonna be.
And also too, they're available since this could be my last time. I will have my 6 disc set.
Oh yes.
My best of, which is entitled, I'll let you know that this is an exclusive, I can let this out the bag, is A Man Scout's Guide to Surviving a Night Under the Stars.
Dang, boy.
That's
heavy, buddy.
6 disc set, and I lose every single one of the matches. I ensure that every match on here, I lose every one of them. That will be available at my merch table. I will be available. I figure since this could be my last time to shake hands.
That's exactly right.
Hug people, take pictures with people, and sell T-shirts. I better come in available.
Yes.
So,
boy.
This is my career. It's basically like my version of Daddy Don't Work the Wrestle. So.
I'm just saying, but just the title alone is worth the purchase of the DVD.
And the cover is pretty good looking right now too. So.
That's very heavy. Some heavy stuff, and they will be available on Sunday. Okay,
yes,
very good. All right, real quick before we get out of here, Idiot of the Week. Here personally, I don't like to see anyone suffer really, but I love not really making fun of stuff, but there's just stuff that happens that I gotta throw it in the idiot bag just because I get a kick out of it. The people involved may not got a kick out of it, but anyway, just a real quick one. Of course, I'm still doing some investigating because it really, really happened. But of course, right down the road here, everybody knows that my history. I spent a lot of time in Gastonia, and of course, the little old town of Loyal, North Carolina, which is very close to McAdenville, which has the big Christmas lights. So anyway, just 2 days ago, they shut down the whole town. Bullet shut down the whole town. That's not why they're going to Indy Bag, but they shut down the whole town. I mean, the whole town, everything, because a train hit a trash truck. Okay? And there's no punchline. There's nothing else. It's just, how is my question? I mean, seriously, Bullet, a real train hit a trash truck. Now, to me personally, that takes some orchestrating. Now, it's not terrorist hit. It's just bad luck, and nobody passed away. It's just a very, very bad situation. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of people injured, maybe, but I'm not laughing at the injury. I'm just one of them had to move. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Dr. Death hitting Scott Steiner at the Raleigh Dorton Arena when I was watching, okay? So, what I'm going to do here, Bullet, because it's our show and nobody's watching anyway, we can do it anyway, is I'm throwing the trash truck, not the people involved now that may be injured or anything like that, but I'm throwing the trash truck and the train both in the idiot bag. Oh, sorry, Bullet. See? They were so heavy.
They
it knocked
collided.
it out. Exactly.
I was the trash truck, you were the train.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
Very good special effects here at that. Very Spielbergish, what that was, Bullet, okay? But my question, and please someone lighten me up on this before we get out of here, is how? I mean, I know was, how is what I'm saying. I mean, did the trash truck like break down? But
yeah, because if it broke down, you really couldn't get out and push it.
No.
I'm just saying, especially if it's full.
And it's got to be so big that, well, I guess the train just couldn't stop. But
yeah, it needs like 3 miles to stop.
Yeah. So that is very.
At least that's what I was always told. It was like 3 miles. I could be wrong about that. Like,
when I was going through a dark period of my life and I was laying on the tracks, that's what I was told to.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I got 3 miles to get untied. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, and not to make light of this, because it is a bad thing. They're still cleaning up the area, little small town. I think that's why I'm added into the confusion of this thing. Is Louisville's a very, very small town, so it ain't like one of these bullet trains from Japan was shooting through this town. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, because they have to slow down to 35 miles per hour.
That's exactly right.
They have to slow down.
That's exactly right. So that adds even more mystery to this. Is I don't know how that could possibly happen. So anyway, not that I'm supposed to know. I'm going to throw both vehicles in the idiot bag, not the people. Y'all can thank us later for the special effect that we just added. Okay. So anyway, that's who's going in the idiot bag. I would just like to know if the fans know anything about it. Correct me, please. But anyway, so I just thought that was just one of those how moments. Bullet. I mean, didn't somebody have to, like, I don't know, stop?
Somebody has to give in.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Somebody, I don't know who to blame. I mean, I don't know whose fault it could be for that possible situation. But we're not talking about a little.
Quite a metaphor for America.
Yes.
Somebody has to give in.
Yes, exactly. And right now, nobody is.
There's got to be a little bit of compromise.
Just like America right now, the trash truck's blaming the train. The train's blaming the trash truck. So
somebody's just got to back down and be like, okay, you can have.
That's exactly right.
Or hey, how would we just do it this
Stay
way?
tuned, and hopefully someone will come forward in a bit. But anyway, with all that being said, if you are on a train and you're reading something and you want to throw it in the trash,
you can pick up the second greatest book of all time, which is available at highspots.com. If you want to know more about, well, most notably, if I'm ever going to be a wrestler again,
oh, that's right.
Make sure you follow me on Twitter at ManScoutManning or on Instagram at ManScoutManning. This has been another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle.
Could have come up with something better about putting them together.
You could have put over your book as opposed to saying as long as you've been in the
don't
trash.
throw it.
If you don't, I'll tell you what. If you're on a train, just throw this book in the trash.
That was wrong. That was wrong, Bullet.
I don't think New York's. I don't think New York's.
If you're on a train, but don't throw, and you're going to collide with the trash truck, don't throw this book in the trash.
Yeah.
But too late, Bullet. It's already in print.